So, before listening to this experience and fully letting go, if you're a little concerned that your name is going to perhaps disappear forever and always, you can always feel free to just post a little comment down below with your name, or maybe just your nickname. Maybe that will be enough to jog your memory. Well, hopefully it will be, because memories are such funny things. You see, the fact is that really, we don't remember much of anything. We're just constantly rebuilding what we thought happened so long ago, again and again and again. It's like our brain is constantly playing a game of telephone with itself. Has there ever been a time when you are absolutely and completely sure of something, and then you found out that it really wasn't that at all? Perhaps your brain starts to think to itself, uh-oh, Houston, we've got a problem. Except what movie did that come from? Can you even remember it? Or did you misremember it? Because maybe it just made sense to say that thing, but you really never said that thing at all, or saw that thing at all, and they didn't say it in the movie. But if they didn't say it in the movie, why does it feel so true? It's because your mind just keeps on whirling away, making copy after copy after copy. Oh, I guess that's why you should write it down. But I didn't tell you to bring out a piece of paper or a pencil or anything else like that, because I don't want you to do that right now. Instead, I want you to focus. Normally, hypnosis is all about relaxing, but that's not quite the point. Hypnosis is a state of absorption, so you really have to focus. You really have to focus and look down. Look down at your hands. Don't look at something else. Don't look at something, perhaps, tantalizing or hypnotic. No, no, no. Look down at your hands. And now I want you to take your dominant hand and outstretch your fingertip and start writing out in the palm of your other hand the letters of your name. However many letters there are, start tracing them out slowly. But as you trace them out, you don't want to think about the letters, because every single time you think about something, it's a reconstruction, and those reconstructions could become corrupted one way or the other. So instead, focus on the feeling of your fingertip moving across the palm of your hand. Just focus on that sensation, because that sensation has to be real, because you're experiencing it right now. And now I want you to just stop moving. Freeze in place for just a second, okay? It doesn't matter if you finished or not. Now, I want you to start going backwards, retracing your steps, because sometimes when you forget things, it's helpful to retrace your steps. So start writing your name backwards. If you can do it forwards, you can definitely do it backwards. You can just start moving easily and effortlessly, focusing on that feeling. And if you're in the middle of your name, you can go back from where you left off. Don't worry, just focus. Focus on my voice and follow along, and just stop in place again and go forwards. Go forward until you finish everything, until you finish every single letter, and you can just relax for a moment, okay? Just relaxing, because all of that thinking probably took up quite a bit of brain power. And you're already using up quite a bit of brain power while focusing on my voice. And this hypnosis is all about focus, okay? All about focusing and all about being absorbed in this experience, in the sensations. Focus on them. Don't relax right now. Focus completely and totally. I know that's different, but I really want you to focus. Focus on tracing out those letters and just take a little break once you reach the last one at the end of what you were trying to write out. Now, what was it that you were trying to write out? But maybe I want you to do something different, okay? I want you to think of the second last letter of your name. And now I want you to focus on that letter, and I want you to imagine a type of food that starts with the second last letter of your name. And I want you to start writing that out on your palm. Whatever pops into your head first is the right answer, as long as it starts with the second last letter of what you are writing. Focus on that, okay? Focus on that, and don't let how your index finger feels moving across your palm relax you. Instead, be very focused on writing that food down. It could be a short word or a long word. You might need a moment to do so. You might need a moment or two to do so. And then once you're done, you can just stop and start writing that food backwards. That's right. Start from the back and go forwards. Start from the bottom and go up, or start from the top and go down. Focus. That's right. Going in reverse. Maybe feeling a little silly as you do this, but don't focus on that. Focus on my voice. You're doing very well. Keep on going. Keep on focusing. And then find that as you get to the last letter, which was the first letter of what you were writing down originally, I want you to make that the first letter of a place. Think of a place that starts with the first letter that you just wrote a moment ago. That's right. It could be the last place you were, or the last place you thought about going to, as long as it starts with the first letter of the last thing you're writing right now. As you move forward, as you go deeper into that focus, because this takes a lot of focus. It's very distracting. It'd be so easy to just let your fingertip perhaps spiral on your palm, because that's a very nice feeling. You could perhaps imagine that that spiral is washing away everything, maybe like an eraser on a whiteboard or a chalkboard. Or perhaps you're feeling a little bit bored because you're wondering when I'll tell you to sleep. But you don't need to go deep into sleep, to go deep into trance. Perhaps you just need to focus. Have you already reached the end? The end of what you are writing? Have you reached the place that you want to go? Or were you already there the second that you started? The second that you started writing down a goal that you really want to accomplish, a goal that starts with the last letter of what you just were writing. That's it. Maybe making it into a sentence, because it's not just one thing, it's many things flowing through your mind. Don't think about it too hard. Focus on your goal. Focus on a goal, any goal. Because as long as you focus, you'll be sure to accomplish anything you set your mind to. Have you ever experienced a time when you just forgot why you walked into a room? It happens when you're not focusing, so you really want to focus. You don't want to forget. You don't want to walk into a new state of mind and forget that goal, that very important goal that you just traced out. And if you're feeling a little confused, if you're feeling as if you're having a little bit of difficulty focusing, I can just help you with a goal of my own for you to relax, to go deep into S-L-E-E-P, sleep. That's right. If you just got a little bit confused and found yourself feeling a little overloaded, you can just let go and imagine my fingertip reaching out and gently tracing the letters S, L, E, E, P on your palm. Good, good. I'm holding up your hand and just tracing out those little letters S, L, E, E, P. Sleep. That's right. And you're very glad that I'm here to support your hand, because that hand is feeling so very heavy. And even though I'm just barely tracing my fingertip on your palm, it just feels as if that heaviness is growing stronger and stronger. It just feels as if the tip of my finger is pushing down, 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 even though my touch is light and airy like a feather. S, L, E, E, P. S, L, E, E, P. That's right. Perhaps, if I keep on doing that, it's going to be a little too difficult for you to focus on anything. Perhaps I have to clear your mind of the word S, L, E, E, P. Sleep for a bit so you can focus. So instead of just taking my index finger and tracing those letters on your hand, I take all of my fingers and I gently run them down your palm in a slow, slow motion, wiping away everything, erasing everything, erasing any letters that might have remained in your mind, erasing more and more letters as they float away, trying to think of some of the letters that have been traced on your palm. There have been so many. Can you remember the letters before what you were writing before? So, not what just happened, but the thing that happened before the thing that just happened, or the thing that happened before that. Maybe those things don't matter, because it's very, very calming to feel my fingertips moving down your palm, just letting go, finding that as your palm feels more and more relaxed, your hand just starts to fall down to your side. You find that your fingertips start to twitch and curl up, closing off any and all thoughts that don't need to exist right now. Instead, focusing on how good it feels to just imagine your mind becoming blank and empty, clear and tranquil, feeling as if your mind is a blank piece of paper, enjoying that tranquility, enjoying the possibilities of anything and everything, and knowing that there's no need to do anything at this moment. Blank, empty, and tranquil. Knowing that certain things can just stay erased until they're needed again. Knowing that certain things just happen later on after a good night's sleep. Knowing deep down deep, this blank, tranquil, empty space will just go on for as long as it's safe and enjoyable to experience. Knowing that sometimes it's better to just focus on the pleasant sensations you experience in trance. These sensations are true. These sensations are real. Focus on the things that are real. Know that there's no need to expend effort reconstructing things or imagining things. Instead, it's time to drift. That's right. You're doing so well as you imagine my fingertips gently pressing down on the top of your head and then moving down, 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 again and again, in a soothing, calming pattern that just feels as if everything could be erased. Erased until you need it. Erased until you get a good night's sleep and wake up in the morning feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, awake and alert, feeling as if your mind has rebooted, has reconstructed a few things, feeling so happy and so good, knowing deep down deep that every single time you focus on the good feelings of hypnosis, you get to experience the effects longer and longer and feel better and better about them. Feeling better and better as you go deeper and deeper, so instantly and effortlessly, knowing that everything else doesn't need to be focused on when I'm speaking, knowing that everything else can just melt away, knowing that it doesn't matter if things come to mind or not. All that matters is that you focus on how good you feel, floating back up towards wakefulness, following my voice. 1, slowly drifting back up towards consciousness. 2, more and more. 3, becoming aware of how good it feels to be hypnotized. 4, almost there. And 5, wake up and open those eyes, feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, awake and alert. Well, thank you very much for listening. Now, if you want to leave a comment about your experience, please feel free to do so. Because if you engage with this video by liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff on YouTube, it really does help these experiences reach more people. Finally, if you're interested in more intense hypnotic experiences, please be sure to check out my Patreon page, link in the video description. Thanks again for listening. Have a great day. Bye.